So my name is Luis Alcaraz. I'm technical manager at Bioarray, which is a Spanish company devoted to genetic diagnosis. You know, as always, what we want is to help people to have healthy children, but in particular, now we are focused on monogenic disorders because, you know, in my opinion, monogenic disorders, they are not receiving the attention they deserve. Specific monogenic disorder, the prevalence should be like 1 in 1,000, and maybe this is the reason. But if you take all the monogenic disorders together, in general, in total, they are very frequent. They are 1 in 250. So they are more prevalent than Down syndrome, but we are doing nothing. So we are developing kits and solutions to help IVF centers to select and to analyze the embryos to select those without the mutations. Well, in the past we were doing all these PGTA and PGTM by a combination of several techniques. For PGTA we were using many times microarray, different microarrays depending on the thing we wanted to detect. For example, for aneuploidies screening we were using low resolution arrays, but for balanced allocation high resolution arrays. And then for monogenic disorders it was like, you know, a nightmare in the sense that we had to combine many different techniques, usually STR analysis by doing fragment analysis and mini sequencing. So that means that I work in a small lab and we need a lot of people working with all the samples at the same time, very often in a hurry because we had to have the results in less than 24 hours. So that means a lot of stress, but also means that there is a lot of people working with the samples, so there is a relatively high chance of mistakes, of misdiagnosis because of manipulating many samples at the same time. The setup of the lab was actually pretty easy in the sense that we were doing already PGT, so we already have the room for amplification. And then what we did in the rest of the lab was just to remove all stuff like thermoblocks and water baths, and then make enough space for the S5 and the chef, and that's all. Also, there is a software to do the interpretation, and the software is very intuitive. There is also some videos on internet in which you can see how it works, so it's pretty easy. Our productivity is increased a lot in the sense that now everything can be handled by one person. This person can start from the very beginning to the end of the protocol, even do the analysis. So this has an impact in the sense that it reduces the cost for the customers. In my lab, now we are very focused on improving the protocol and the products that we have for monogenic disorders. So in the short-term future, we will do better and faster. In the long term, what we want is to be able to sequence the whole embryo, because by this way, we will identify even de novo mutation in the embryos. That is very important. There is some publications saying that, for example, if we use sperm from advanced paternal age, these embryos will have a high amount of de novo mutation. So we want to detect that. We want also to help patients in this sense. Probably we will discover new biomarkers based on RNA, for example, to select those embryos that are more likely to implant. So a lot of things to do.